Hello, beautiful Taurus. Welcome to March. This is Gwendolyn. Welcome back to the channel, or if it's your first time here, welcome. This is going to be a monthly Tarotscope for March for Taurus. And while I shuffle here, I'm going to talk a little bit about what's going on in the sky. We opened March with a full moon in Virgo, which was in your 5th house, Taurus. And the 5th house is the house of love and romance, of things that are creative, children, anything that comes forth from you. So it's a wonderful time to focus on your romantic relationships. There may have been a romantic partner that showed up for you at this time, or it just could be a focus on love and romance. For some of you, full moons can be times of release and completion. So some of you may have completed a phase in a relationship that may open the door for a new one, or you may be releasing an old relationship. But it's just highlighted and featured for you right now as March opens. There may be a focus there. And then in the middle of the month, March 17th, we have a new moon in Pisces in your 11th house, and that's an opportunity to plant new seeds for any new social networks that you may want to become a part of. It's 11th house is the house of humanity. It's the house of friendships. It's the house of other people. So it may be a time when you begin something new in terms of a group that you associate with, or a circle of friends, or a new community. Really good time to build new bridges during the 11th house. It's time, with a new moon there. And it's also a time that it could be good to begin something that interacts with humanity at large. So if you wanted to do something that expanded networking, like start a blog, or have any it's funny, as I'm saying this, 3 of Cups pops out, which is the card of friends and family. So it's just emphasizing that for you, Taurus. Your outer circle is really featured at the middle of March if you want to expand or deepen friendships, networks, groups, communities. Wonderful time for that. And it's got a humanitarian edge to it. The 11th house does. And with Pisces there too, there's a lot of maybe doing compassionate work, or something that has to do with peace building or community development, all very featured for the middle of the month for you, Taurus. And then we finish up March on another full moon. I'll talk more about that. I'll probably be doing a video for that specifically. So let's see what's coming up for Taurus for March. I open up with 7 of Coins in reverse and Queen of Coins. These are Earth-based cards, and this is you, Taurus, the Queen of Earth. Now, whether you're male or female, that represents you equally. And it says that with 7 of Coins in reverse, it says that you may be having a hard time having patience with something, or waiting for the fruits to ripen. You may have been putting some energy into something, and you're having a hard time waiting for those results, or having a hard time considering something, making decisions about where you want to plant your next crop, or put in your next effort for something to be yielded. But I do see you sitting in a good space, Taurus, as March opens. You're usually very grounded anyway. And we have Venus in Pisces right now, and Venus is exalted in Pisces. Venus is your ruling sign, Taurus. So I just kind of see you in a good place as March opens, grounded, stable, maybe on top of your finances or considering your finances. Queen of Coins usually has that together. And I see her facing off with 9 of Wands. So you could be facing someone who's feeling a little bit defensive. You're in a good position. This person may be feeling a little bit jealous or rivalrous, Taurus. This person is feeling like 9 of Wands is about feeling defensive, feeling like you always get knocked down and need to get back up, feeling a struggle. I see you in a good spot, though, in relation to them. If you're facing off with someone, you're just kind of maintaining your ground. Because, yeah, there's 5 of Swords. This is conflict, or I always call this card picking up the pieces. It always reminds me of that movie with Clint Eastwood, The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly, where someone is kind of taking the spoils in between other people. But this means trying to learn from conflict that is in the past. But I see there being someone who may be in your environment who's being just difficult with 9 of Wands and 5 of Swords. But I just see you kind of like looking at them and saying, really? Like this, I'm just maintaining my ground. I'm not really going to engage in this. So I would recommend just staying your ground, Taurus, if that's showing up in your experience. In the middle of the month, I see some nice success for you as you go inward. This is 6 of Wands with High Priestess, telling me that you kind of already know the answer regarding something. Both of these cards, what's similar about both of these cards is that they have a lot of poise. And that's what brings you this victory, this status, this reputation. Even if things feel like things are spilling out, or this is a card of emotion, 10 of Cups, and it usually means experiencing joy, happiness, peace within the family. In the reverse, it may say that there's some challenges within family life, or challenges to your joy, to your peace, or to your serenity, but ultimately you come out of this triumphant and victorious just because you're able to maintain your cool. Taurus, as depicted here, and High Priestess, both just kind of, they're both sitting on their thrones and just observing things, just thinking before speaking. Neither of these have a hot temper. So they're just kind of like sitting patiently and observing, and it really puts you in this position of victory, success, recognition, all of that, Taurus. So if you're dealing with any conflicting energies or challenges to your emotional balance or fulfillment, anyone who's trying to present you with their stuff, I just see you as like sitting through it and like kind of coming out on top because you're able to maintain your cool. Also, towards the middle of the month, I have Ace of Coins here, which is a new beginning. The universe wants to give you something new. And the question for you, Taurus, is, are you ready to receive it? When cards appear in reverse, it's usually due to fear, doubt, or resistance. So I'm seeing that the universe is trying to give you something new. Something new wants to come in, a new seed. And again, this could be in relation to your friendships, your networks, the people you associate with, your groups, your communities. But it's saying to me that you may not yet see that or be in a place where you're ready to receive it. See if you can remove whatever fear, doubt, or resistance just that is preventing you from receiving that. See if you can cultivate a attitude of willingness or openness, because there's more available to you, especially as we get that new moon in Pisces in your 11th house, Taurus. What else have we got? New money coming in. Yeah, that's also what this could be, new money. And that puts you in a nice, stable position. So if there's money or effort that you've put in that you're waiting for the return on, and it's kind of draining you, I see it showing up here at the end of the month, giving you a lot of security, both within your relationship and in your financial domain. This card, 10 of Coins and Queen of Coins, says it could be a very financially profitable month. There's some nice coins energy here that if you're willing to be patient and allow new money coming in, maybe a new venture, you could have some nice things come in. There's 2 of Cups in reverse, King of Wands in reverse, and Emperor in reverse. Some of you may be dealing with an overly domineering fire sign. That's what I'm seeing here with Emperor in reverse and King of Rods in reverse. This could be Aries, Sagittarius, or Leo, that you're having some relationship difficulties with because they want control. Or there may be power struggles between the two of you. You're showing up in the middle of the month as very celebrated, full of success, recognition, status. There may be some jealousy in terms of, you know, King of Wands usually wants to be recognized. He usually wants to be the big man on campus. And again, this could be male or female, so read it as it applies to you. But this is often a fire sign or just someone who likes to hold down the show and have the big ideas and do things in a bold, dramatic way. But I'm seeing that even though things seem to be good in terms of relationship and money at the end of the month, there may be something under the surface where someone is feeling like they're not being seen as the king. So if you're in a relationship that is having power struggles, or there's not any sense of forgiving or forgetting or compromise, maybe try to recognize someone else. They may be feeling a little bit left out in the cold, or just not recognized because you're getting all this celebration. You may just have to give them some strokes or find out where the balance is, Taurus. I also just saw Temperance at the bottom of the deck here, which means moderation, finding the equilibrium, finding the middle path. And I really see that as the solution to this, where it's like compromise, where both people get recognized, where it becomes less of who's got what and more of how can we combine so that everyone is satisfied here. In terms of if you're single, Taurus, it could just be that you're experiencing good money karma, but that in relationships there may be some power dynamics that are turning things upside down at the end of the month. Again, the solution to that is going to be finding your own inner serenity, finding the path of moderation, finding like where the balance is between your emotional life and your physical life. So what I'm going to say for March is that it's potentially a very good month for you money-wise, and even status or reputation-wise. I see you being very grounded, sort of tapping into your inner knowing, being celebrated, having maybe even some surprise money come in if you can open yourself up to it. And then in terms of relationships, see if you can find out what will satisfy both people. How can both people's needs get met? How can both people be recognized? If you have a partner that is feeling sort of just in your shadow, try to give them some extra strokes or recognition so that they can feel seen and recognized and heard as well. And if you're single, see if you can find your own inner stability emotionally. I'd like you to focus on this card, Temperance, in order to balance the cups energy, the emotion, the heart energy. And I see some nice things coming for you. I see you maintaining your cool regardless of what happens in March, Taurus. So that's my reading for you, Taurus. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, feel free to give it a thumbs up or share it with another Taurus or on social media. And if you'd ever like to book a personal reading with me, you can do that on my website, readingsbygwendolyn.com, or you can just email me at readingsbygwendolyn@gmail.com. I want to thank everyone so much for watching. Yours in the stars.